Hey there! Welcome back to Color and Craft Haven, a little corner of calm where we can slow down, breathe, and add a little color to the day. Today we're talking about one of the most surprisingly personal choices in the creative world, choosing the perfect coloring book. Whether you color to unwind after work, spark creativity, or reconnect with your inner child, the right book makes all the difference. It can set the tone for your whole creative experience. And honestly, it says a lot about you as a colorist. So grab your favorite drink, settle into your cozy spot, and let's chat about how to match your coloring book to your mood, your personality, and the kind of creative journey you want to take. You know, not all coloring books are created equal. Some are meditative, some are challenging, some are pure escapism. If you've ever opened a book and thought, this feels like work, that's a sign it's not the right one for your energy on that particular day. Choosing the right book isn't about what feels popular. It's about how you want to feel. Do you want to focus, relax, escape, express? Every book offers a slightly different emotional experience. Think of your coloring book as a mood mirror. When you're tired or anxious, something simple and repetitive like mandalas or pattern books can soothe your mind. When you're inspired or adventurous, a detailed fantasy or nature book might feed that spark. So let's talk about personality for a minute. We all have a coloring style, even if we've never thought about it that way. If you're imaginative and love stories, fantasy and fandom based books, like Lord of the Rings or fairy tale themes, are really perfect. They give you a world to step into. Every page feels like telling a story through color. If you're more methodical or logical, you might prefer mandalas or geometric designs, structured, balanced, and satisfying. They give your brain a gentle rhythm and can feel almost meditative. If you're drawn to the natural world, botanical or animal books might be your comfort zone. Forests and flowers and underwater scenes, they help you reconnect with nature's calm. And if you love freedom and self expression, look for books that are abstract or mixed style, where there are no rules. You can blend, experiment, and play without worrying about right colors. The beauty of coloring is that your preferences can shift. One day you might crave calm symmetry, the next, wild creativity. Let yourself have a small collection so you can pick based on your mood. That's important. And now let's talk about something practical: complexity. Some books are incredibly detailed: tiny scales on dragons, hundreds of leaves on one tree. Others are bold and simple, perfect for quick bursts of creativity. Ask yourself, how much time do you want to spend per page? If you love long, immersive projects that span days or even weeks, go for high detail fantasy or even nature books. If you're more of a color for 15 minutes before bed kind of person, look for simpler designs or large shapes that give really quick satisfaction. And it's totally okay to mix both. Maybe you keep a quick comfort book and a long-term book, depending on your day. All right, let's nerd out for a second. Paper matters more than people realize. If you love markers or gel pens, you're going to look for thick, single-sided pages to prevent bleed through. If you prefer colored pencils like I do, you want a bit of tooth, a slight texture that helps layers and blends and allows you to get those coloring pencils on the page. And if you're not sure what you like yet, test a few. Every coloring medium feels different on each type of paper. It might take some experimenting to get right. And don't be afraid to splurge a little on a higher quality book once you know your favorite style. It can turn a casual hobby into a truly satisfying art practice. And I always say your coloring book can become a form of emotional self-care. When life feels noisy or heavy, coloring gives you something simple and beautiful to focus on. The colors you choose, the lines you fill, they're tiny acts of control and calm in a world that moves too fast. So try this. Next time you sit down to color, pause and ask yourself, what do I need right now? If you need peace, choose something repetitive and flowing. If you need joy, pick something whimsical and bright. If you need grounding, choose something earthy and real, like flowers or animals. You'll start to notice that your art becomes a reflection of your energy, and sometimes it even helps you shift it. So, how do you actually find great books, though? You know what you want, but where do you get them? Browse by theme, not just by brand. Check out fantasy coloring books, botanical coloring books, cozy cottage, animals. Actually search for what you're after. Check reviews or flip throughs on YouTube. Many creators show page previews before you buy. And try indie artists on Etsy or small presses. Their designs often feel more personal and creative. Build a wish list so you can rotate books based on season or mood. No, you don't need every book. You certainly shouldn't go online to Amazon or Etsy or wherever and buy every book in existence. But you should have a couple that resonate with you. And most importantly, don't save your book for someday. Use them. Art supplies are meant to be enjoyed, not collected. So if you're not going to actually color in the book, you don't necessarily need to buy it. Personally, I like to keep 3 coloring books on rotation. One detailed, one simple, one themed around nature. Some days I want to challenge myself, and other days I just want to sit quietly and fill a page with soft color. That balance keeps creativity fresh and reminds me that there's no right way to color. The only rule is to enjoy it. So if you're sitting there with a shelf full of uncolored pages, this is your sign to pick one, whichever calls to you, and get started. That's it for today's peaceful coloring time. Tell me in the comments what kind of coloring books you're drawn to. Fantasy, mandalas, nature, or something else entirely. Take care, stay creative, and I'll see you in the next one.